Chandu, the magician. Since time began, men and women have had strange experiences for which there is no explanation, except in the secrets the ancient magicians knew. But for centuries, their secrets have been guarded in the hidden places of the Far East. Today, perhaps Frank Chandler has discovered them, as people say. He is called Chandu the magician. Can you be sure it isn't true? In 60 seconds, the American Broadcasting Company will bring you the first act of Chandu the magician. It's been said that a little daydreaming never hurt anyone. So let's indulge in a few fanciful dreams for a minute. Let's suppose it's 10 years from now, and you're the star of this particular dream. You're traveling around the world. Pretty wonderful idea. But it doesn't have to be just a daydream. If you've always wanted to travel abroad in later years, you can make that happen. And you can start making it a reality now by putting all your surplus cash in United States savings bonds. Where else could you find a safer or more profitable investment than savings bonds? For every $3 you invest now in E-bonds, you receive $4 when the bonds mature. Savings bonds are convenient to buy through the payroll savings plan or through the bond-a-month plan at your bank. So play it smart. Save the automatic way through payroll savings or your bank. And here's a suggestion. United States savings bonds make excellent Christmas gifts. And now, tonight's story of magic and mystery. Istanbul, the ancient Oriental city whose streets span the strait called the Bosphorus. In the modern quarter is an inconspicuous office near the American consulate. Chandu, the magician.
Send this radiogram at once. Frank Chandler, Shepherd's Hotel, Cairo. Imperative you come Istanbul immediately. Emergency. Code 15. Sign it, Barry.
Mr. Calhoun.
What, Gregor?
It is not often an American visits the house of a poor Turkish fisherman.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Questions? Did you look for me at the boat?
Yes.
I cannot take you to fish today. All the boats are kept in the harbor by the police.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
So? But I do not answer questions.
Gregor. No. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Oh.
And you will ask no more.
I heard a shot. Gregor, you fool, it is Richard.
If I had allowed him to live, I would have been a fool. Now, when I have emptied his pockets...
Why have you killed him?
He was asking questions. Airplane tickets to Ankara.
Idiot. I have spent months establishing my relationship with him. Now when he has become a perfect source of information, you kill him.
I told you. He knew too much.
What? What did he know?
That is my affair, Tanya.
Nothing we do is your affair alone. Or have you suddenly become so high in favor with the committee that you can act as you choose?
I will not listen to... What is this?
Answer me, Gregor.
A radiogram from Frank Chandler. From Cairo. I thought he was in India.
Let me see it. Arriving tonight on business. Look forward to seeing you. Who is this man?
You have never heard of Frank Chandler?
No.
He is an American secret agent. Sometimes called Chandu the magician.
And he is Calhoun's friend. Oh, you have distinguished yourself with this killing, Gregor.
Be silent. The tickets to Ankara. Calhoun was flying to the capital. It will be supposed that he has gone there.
And then?
His flight will delay questions. When they begin, there is nothing to connect him with me.
There may be with this Chandler in Istanbul.
Tanya, listen.
You listen to me. I am no more anxious than you to call the attention of the Turkish government to our work, nor the Americans. But if this killing is discovered and I am accused of espionage...
It will not happen, Tanya.
But if it does, I will not be called home and liquidated because of you.
By Saint Sophia, then you must help me.
Help you? I protect myself. Already you are out of favor with the committee.
You do as I say, or we will both be shot. Once Frank Chandler discovers Calhoun is dead, it will be his life or ours.
Is this where Mr. Calhoun lives? I'm Frank Chandler.
He is not here, but you are to enter.
Thank you.
Oh, please, come in here, Mr. Chandler. Richard asked me to meet you and offer his apologies. I am Tanya Shirin.
How do you do?
He was obliged to go to Ankara quite suddenly on business.
Oh, I'm sorry to have missed him. May I leave a note for him?
Oh, but he asked me to say you are to be at home here until he returns.
Oh. When's he coming back, do you know?
Oh, a few days, he said. You think it's strange he should have given me the message instead of the servant?
Not at all.
You see, women in Turkey are more free now. Once I could not have spoken to you alone, nor to Richard. But now I make my own friends, and I am engaged to marry Richard.
Are you?
Oh, perhaps he has not written to you recently.
No, he hasn't. I suppose he's very busy.
Oh, it is so. You know what his position is now?
Well, the last time I heard from him, he was on the staff of the American military mission in this country.
Yes, I think he has important work. Oh, he does not tell me, and I do not ask him. But shall I tell you my secret?
Please do.
I have heard that in America, a wife is allowed to help her husband with his work. I prepare myself for that.
Oh? How do you go about it?
I have become a woman of business. I am a translator at the American consulate.
Well.
Oh, but I keep you standing while I speak of my own affairs. The servant will take your bag to your room. Perhaps we may lunch together if you are free.
Oh, you aren't working today?
Oh, I have asked permission to be away from my office this afternoon. There is a quiet cafe where I often go with Richard.
Sounds very nice.
Oh, Mabruk, take Mr. Chandler's bags to his room and bring some wine.
Just a minute. Are those 2 bags all I brought from the airport? I've left my briefcase out there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will send Mabruk to bring it.
Oh, I'd better go myself. Oh, stupid of me.
But, Mr. Chandler...
If you don't mind waiting, we can still have lunch together. I shouldn't be long.
Oh, thank you. I will wait for you here. Frank? Mabruk, bring his luggage in here.
It would be better to wait.
Look out of the window. He is getting into a car. Set him down.
As you say. But what has he left behind him at the airport? The case?
An attaché case for papers. Here, I will take this bag, you that one. They've placed everything exactly as you find it.
Then we will find nothing if his papers are in the case.
If Gregor is right about him, he will carry important papers where they are not expected to be. Here, hurry, Mabruk. If we find his papers, they must be copied, and we have so little time.
I wonder if you can give me some information.
Certainly, sir.
I'd like to see the passenger lists for Ankara yesterday and today.
You are from the police?
No. Why should you think that?
There is trouble. I do not know what it is. All passengers leaving the airport are being required to open their luggage. You see the police and the passengers there?
It looks like a customs inspection. But why only leaving the country?
I do not know. Questions are not being answered. Perhaps there has been a robbery, although I have not seen it mentioned in the newspapers. But you have asked for the passenger list, the flights to Ankara.
Yes, I'm looking for the name of Richard Calhoun.
Calhoun?
What's the matter?
If I were the police, I would inquire of the man who was to have flown to Ankara with him.
What are you talking about?
Here is the list. You see, his name is Frank Chandler.
What? I'm Chandler?
You?
Yes. Why would Calhoun have made a reservation for me? Didn't he go?
He had bought 2 tickets, as you see, but...
What's this about the police?
You should go to them at once.
Why?
It was in the newspaper. Mr. Calhoun is dead.
Dead?
Drowned. His body has been taken from the Bosphorus.
I said we would find nothing, Tanya.
If there had been something and we had not searched the luggage... Hurry, Mabruk. Be certain everything is in order.
You speak as if I had not done such work before.
Hurry, Chandler will return at any moment. Oh, if I knew why Gregor killed Calhoun.
Shall I answer?
No, it is Gregor with one more of his brilliant ideas. Well?
Tanya, this is Frank Chandler.
Oh, Frank. You have found the briefcase?
Not yet. They're still looking for it among the luggage.
I wanted to let you know I'd be later than I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry, but of course I understand.
I hoped you would. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Oh, I do not mind waiting, Frank. Goodbye. Abruk, you must go to Gregor's house at once. If he is not there, look for him on the boat. Tell him he must do nothing whatever to arouse suspicion. He must go out to fish, exactly as he does every day.
Gregor cannot go out in the boat. For some reason, the police have ordered all boats to remain in the harbor.
What do you say?
The fishermen are angry, but their questions are not answered.
Then let Gregor walk on the waterfront complaining like the others, and tell him I have been successful with Chandler. If there is a way to cover Gregor's stupid killing, I will find it. Now go!
Chandler. Well, I'm glad to see you. I was afraid you hadn't got my radiogram.
Oh, sorry, Barry. I heard something at Calhoun's that I had to check before I saw you.
Well, how did you know anything had happened to Calhoun?
I didn't. I was just going to leave my bags there and come on here.
Oh.
Dick Calhoun's one of the youngsters I helped train.
Yes, he told me.
We've always kept in touch. There was a girl at his house who said he'd gone to Ankara.
He was to have gone last night, and you with him. The girl is probably Tanya Sheeran.
That's right. When she said she was engaged to Calhoun, I decided to check the other part of her story.
What story?
Well, Calhoun's engaged to a girl at home. Tell me, Barry, is Tanya Sheeran actually a translator at the consulate?
Oh, yes. And she's been screened. Don't worry about that.
How long has she been there, do you know?
Well, she began during the war, as I remember.
I see. Poor Calhoun. How did it happen? They say he was drowned in the Bosphorus.
Not drowned, Chandler. He'd been shot.
Shot?
Yes, and whoever did it was smart. We were lucky to find the body at all. Just happened to be caught in the network of ropes under a boat landing.
What was Calhoun working on?
What we're all doing? He was looking for a top-secret file stolen from the Turkish government at Ankara.
Well, no wonder all the police at the airport.
Mm-hmm. As far as we know, it's still in the country somewhere. It was missed almost immediately. And since then, nobody's left without being searched.
Quite a job. What is the file?
Just the master defense plan worked out with our military mission, that's all.
What? Well, it must have been under guard.
It was. The guards are all under arrest, but the file is gone.
Calhoun must have been close to finding it.
He thought so. He called me last night in a big hurry. Said he was on the trail of something. If I didn't hear from him in an hour, I'd know it was cold, and he'd go to Ankara with you, as planned. Chandler, if anybody can do this job, it's you. You know the Middle East better than any of us. We can't keep up this border search much longer. Sooner or later, someone will slip through, and then...
Just a minute, Barry. Tanya said Calhoun was with our military mission in Ankara.
Yes, he was supposed to be a minor executive, working there and also here in Istanbul. He spent most of his weekends here. He'd been going on fishing trips with a boatman named Gregor.
It's funny. Calhoun always hated boats of any kind.
Ah, it is funny. Chandler, you don't think that's where he went last night?
Well, it's a place to start. How about that waterfront? I'm certainly going to need help, Barry.
Just name it.
You remember Ahmed? He worked for me on that smuggling case. Is he still around?
Oh, yes. Ahmed's been hanging around the waterfront to pick up information. I really expected him to meet you here.
Oh, he knew I was coming?
Well, I told him in the strictest confidence. You'd have thought the Prophet Muhammad was coming to town.
Well, better have him meet me in the Grand Bazaar. So crowded there, we won't be noticed.
That's right. Let me know if you need more help or find out anything at all.
I'll let you know, thanks. Fishing trip, huh?
Look out, the baby! Chandu, take care! Chandu, the motor car! He's an American! He did not see the motor car! Let me pass! Let me pass! He is my friend!
The motor car struck him. Your American friend is dead.
In a moment, we'll raise the curtain on the second act of Chandu, the Magician. Gene Raymond, star of motion pictures, has been receiving wide acclaim for his fine radio role as the amazing Mr. Malone. Tomorrow night, radio stalwart detective John J. Malone matches wits with another dangerous character, and as usual, risks his life to make justice triumph. Yes, you can be sure every case John J. Malone tackles is packed with action and suspense. So be on hand tomorrow night for adventure with the amazing Mr. Malone. And tonight, in just a few moments, ABC brings you Superman. In reality, Superman is Clark Kent, newspaper reporter. But when danger threatens, Clark assumes the disguise of the man whose jet-propelled actions have thrilled youngsters and adults alike. Playing the title role, you'll hear Bud Collyer, popular radio actor. And Saturday nights, you're liable to find him hard at work, meeting a newspaper deadline one minute, and the next, he'll be in the midst of danger. So for 30 minutes of exciting action, listen in to Superman tonight. And now back to our story of intrigue and magic. Istanbul, the small house of Richard Calhoun, the American secret agent who played a dangerous game and died for it. A woman is impatiently pacing the floor, waiting. Chandu, the magician.
Mr. Chandler? Fran?
No, Tanya.
Mabruk, where have you been?
I went to Gregor's house with your message. He was not there. I waited. He did not come.
You should have gone to the waterfront.
I went. I did not see him.
And Chandler has not returned.
From the beginning, I have said this is not work for a woman.
No man could have done what I have. Would Richard Calhoun have been off his guard with a man? But where is Chandler? Mabruk.
Huh?
Across the street by the tree. Is that the man watching this house?
It is just a shadow.
If Calhoun's body has been found, then Chandler may have set the police to watch me.
The police would knock on the door.
Oh, why should Gregor have killed Calhoun? That is what I ask myself.
If you were not so wise and important, Gregor would have told you.
I am beginning to believe he is thinking of leaving Istanbul on that boat, so I will be accused of the killing.
Leave Istanbul? With the harbor guarded, as in the days of the war?
There are always men who can be paid to look the other way. And Gregor fears Chandler as if he were the devil himself.
As you do, Tanya.
I will not have it. Gregor is not to destroy all the careful work I have done. I will shoot Chandler myself when he comes and tell the police it was Gregor.
May Allah change the face of the man who has done this.
I'll change it myself if I ever see him again.
Chandu, Allah be praised you open your eyes at last.
Ahmed, this is a fine way for you and me to meet after all these years. Where are we?
In my house on the waterfront. Here is brandy. Drink.
Thanks.
It is good to be with you once more. You were in Cairo long, Chandu?
A few months. My sister and her children were visiting me. They're in Europe now. Let me sit up.
Chandu.
No, I'll be all right, Ahmed. How did you get me way down here?
In a car to the end of the street. From there, I carried you. There was a crowd when the motor car struck you. I said I would take you to the hospital.
I'm glad you didn't. The less said about this, the better. Oh. My head rings like an empty barrel.
I did not send for a doctor.
Oh, I'll be all right in a minute.
No, Chandu,
You're as good as a doctor yourself. I've always told you that. You've done a fine job bandaging my arm. Get my coat, will you?
Chandu, you cannot go out in the street.
Nonsense. The fellow who hit me is miles away to this time.
You know it was not an accident. He tried to kill you.
I didn't even see the car. Did you get a look at the driver?
Not his face, Chandu. When I saw you step into the street and the motor car behind you...
Wait a minute. Could it have been a woman?
A woman? No.
Hal, help me into my coat.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Sorry.
How long have we been here?
An hour, perhaps. If you had not opened your eyes, I would have brought a doctor. No matter
No, let it go. Mr. Berry says you've been watching the waterfront. Have you come across a man named Gregor?
Nicholas Gregor. He is a fisherman. His boat is the Captive Star.
Well, if Gregor ran me down, you'd have recognized him.
I did not see his face. But does a fisherman know how to drive a motor car?
Well, maybe this one does.
You say?
I mean, Gregor may not be the poor fisherman he seems. Ahmed, we're going down and have a look at that boat of his.
It is tied with all the others. I know it well.
Now, take me to it then. Let's hope Gregor's not aboard when we get there. This isn't the landing either, Ahmed. We're wrong again.
Gregor has taken the boat away, Chandu.
He can't have.
You saw the place where it was between the others.
It's as quiet as death down here. Where are all the other fishermen? They sleep aboard?
Their boats are useless to them now. They spend their time in the cafes.
Well, man on sailing will have to be lifted soon. Men can't starve. Let's get on this way.
There is only one more landing beyond Chandu. Not used now. It is not safe.
The captive star must be here somewhere. Stop a minute.
I hear nothing.
Nor do I now. Thought for a minute somebody was following us. Ahmed, ahead there. It's a boat of some sort.
In the darkness, I cannot tell.
Is this the landing you meant?
It is so.
Come on. I remember this place, Ahmed. It's the old smuggler's wharf, isn't it?
Your memory is long, Chandu. Ah, this is Gregor's boat.
Not a light showing. Let's go aboard. Yeah. I have to use my flashlight. We'll break our necks on the companionway. Gregor certainly used this boat for fish. Hold the flashlight, Ahmed.
Yes.
There's a lamp. I'll light it.
Chandu, if Gregor should come...
We'll have to take that chance. We certainly can't search the boat in the dark.
You believe the secret papers are on this boat on the waterfront of Istanbul?
I don't know. But there's a tie-up between that girl, Tanya, and some man. The man in the car. And Calhoun was onto something. And he'd been seeing a lot of Gregor. Start over there, Ahmed. I'll take this side. If I've drawn a blank, I want to know it now. Well, that's just about everything, Ahmed. The papers are here. They must be hidden behind a bulkhead somewhere. We'll need tools to get at it.
You speak truth, Chandu.
I'll just check through these few books. Not that they're big enough to hide what we're looking for, but... Well...
You have found it.
What would a fisherman be doing with a book on navigation? Gregor's going a lot farther out to sea than just... What's that?
I will put out the lights.
No, leave it. Stand over here.
So, you have tried to hide from me, Gregor. Did you think I would not find... Mr. Chandler!
Yes. Sorry, it's a little late for lunch.
Where is Gregor?
Not dead like Calhoun, as far as I know. You knew Calhoun was dead when I met you, didn't you, Tanya?
No, he said he was going to Ankara.
You know, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do with the American consulate.
Mr. Chandler, I will tell you all I know of Richard's death. Gregor killed him.
Why?
I do not know.
She is lying, Chandu.
I am speaking the truth.
You saw him shoot Calhoun?
No, Richard told me before he died.
And you said nothing even after his body was found.
I was afraid. I had been seen with him many times. The police would say I had killed him because I was jealous. That is what they always say.
You knew I wasn't connected with the police.
Gregor said that you...
What did Gregor say, Tanya?
Gregor, the humble fisherman with a pistol.
So, you are a spy too, Ahmed. I am lucky tonight. 3 of you. Mr. Chandler, a man does not often have 2 chances at an enemy in one day.
I thought that must have been you driving the car.
Gregor, what will you gain by killing us? The shots will be heard. The harbor police will come.
He's not going to shoot us, Tanya. Just hold us until we're out far enough to drop us overboard.
What are you saying?
Well, didn't you hear the sail go up? He's not going to make the mistake he made with Calhoun.
The boat is moving.
When we are out of the harbor, the engine will be started. The sailor on deck asks no questions. As for the harbor police...
I said there are always men who can be paid to look the other way.
Well, Gregor gets out of Turkey with what he stole.
Gregor, this is your reason for killing Richard. He had discovered what you were trying to do.
Lying? I have done it.
Chandu.
Yes, that whole file of papers is somewhere on this boat.
While they search for it everywhere, I had it safely hidden. I will be a famous man. And no more fishing boats for Gregor.
But you cannot sail this small boat across the sea.
You will not live to see it, Ahmed.
I must admit I admire you, Gregor. Ahmed and I searched this boat from stem to stern. Where are those papers?
Mr. Chandler, what is it Gregor has stolen?
Oh, he didn't steal them himself. He had a man in Ankara. Right, Gregor?
Why did you not tell me in the beginning, Gregor?
So you're a spy too, Tanya. All right, Gregor. Where are they?
Do you think I will tell you? I know you too well for that even now.
They'll do you no good if they're burned up.
Burned? There is no fire.
There's smoke. Look there in the corner. And there by the doorway.
Gregor, the boat is burning.
It is impossible. No, no.
The papers, Gregor. Get them while you can.
The smoke is everywhere.
Get them.
Chandu, the papers, as you said, hidden in a space behind the bookshelf.
Yes, I have them. Very clever. Now the smoke will disappear. At once. It is gone.
It was your magic, Chandu.
Magic. Magic.
Whatever it was, you have destroyed me.
No, no.
I said I would kill you, and I will.
Tanya, take them to...
The gun, Ahmed?
No.
I'll take care of that.
Oh, what will happen to me now? Mr. Chandler, I will tell you the truth. I was looking for the papers, too, as you were. But when he killed Richard, I could think of nothing else. I loved Richard.
You're lying. If you know so much about it, what's on those papers that we've been looking for?
What? But of course I do not know everything about them. We cannot all know these things.
You're right. Ahmed.
Yes?
Go on deck and tell that sailor to put back into Istanbul. Tell him to start the engine. And take this gun along, too. Persuade him.
As you say, Chandu.
Oh, Mr. Chandler, I beg you, do not have me shot. Do not have me shot.
Shot? I won't have to do a thing, Tanya.
Oh, is it really true?
Except get your name and your picture in every paper in Ankara.
Oh, not the newspapers. No.
Yes, that's all. Headlines. When your government hears of that, nobody will need to worry about you ever again.
In a moment, we'll bring you a glimpse of next week's story. Here's a reminder to you local businessmen. Just as you enjoy radio, so your neighbors and friends are regular listeners to programs of this ABC station. Why not use the program you're now hearing to promote sales and goodwill for your business? You'll be surprised to know how reasonably and effectively you can sponsor Chandu the Magician in this, your own locality. Just call on the manager of this ABC station. He'll be glad to give you all the details about Chandu the Magician. And now, business aside, let's get to a few of the pleasures many of these ABC stations offer tomorrow night. Bert Parks brings you a grand show on Stop the Music. Walter Winchell gives you his exclusives and further news of the big contest. Luella Parsons entertains Ronald Coleman and his wife Benita on her show. Chance of a Lifetime offers more wonderful prizes, and Jimmy Fiddler has items hot off the fire from Hollywood. Many of these favorites can be heard by you on this ABC station tomorrow night. And now, for next week's story. Next week, Chandu hears the drums speak out of the heart of Africa. And the refrain they sing is, "He is coming, he is coming, the Wizard of Kalahari." Chandu the Magician is based on the original radio drama created by Harry A. Earnshaw and is written by Vera Oldham. Frank Chandler is played by Tom Collins. Musical effects are by Paul Taubman. This is a Cyril Armbruster production. We invite you to listen next week to mystery, romance, magic. Chandu the Magician. Jimmy Blaine speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.